I need to feel your energy today from start to finish.
Come on, let's go.
Let's crank this thing up. It get real ferocious, I'm trying to tell you.
Turn me up all day.
From the locker room to the broadcast booth, breaking news and the truth behind every take from a real NFL insider and television analyst.
Now get ready for the NFL show where the conversation gets real and the fans get a voice. It's time for the Lake Lewis Jr. Show here on ESPN Radio.
And that's football.
Welcome, everyone, to the Lake Lewis Jr. Show. Appreciate you joining as always. And it's been a busy week that we've got a chance to break it down, and I'm being able to do so with my family. These folks are the ones that support the Burgundy and go to the extreme. They literally will give you the best takes, and I was excited to be able to do this considering the moves that were made this week during free agency. So we're going to bring them on now. What's going on, everybody?
Man, we're doing great.
What's going on, man?
Excited.
Yep.
Doing better than Monday.
Yeah. We're going to talk about that. We definitely going to talk about that. And first and foremost, I wanted to shout you guys out. I appreciate all the love that you guys showed me this week calling in on my show. So, you can keep that going and we'll chop it up. But yeah, this week was a big week for Commanders Nation, I think, because when you look at this football team and the moves that were made, there's no doubt in my mind as of literally 6:22 on Friday evening, East Coast time, this football team is better than they've been on paper over the last two seasons. So I definitely want to get your take on what Adam Peters has done. You guys called in, we got letter grades and all those things over the air. But I want to get your take on what you feel like he's done, even as of up to now. De'Ami Brown is back in the building now. So I see some fans that are still unhappy. I had a fan tell me earlier this morning they haven't done anything, so stop, gloating about it and blah, blah, blah. You're going to get those. You're going to get some of them every now and then. So let's talk about it. So let's, as we do, we'll go around the horn here. Let's start with Mike B. What's going on, Mike?
Mike B. What's happening, LL? Good seeing you, brother.
Good seeing you too.
Man, I feel good. I wasn't, to be frank, I wasn't on the edge, but I was a little disappointed. Let me tell you what had happened is these folks got me gassed up about all this money that we had to spend, and then it wasn't being spent fast enough to my liking to begin with.
So you didn't take heed from Brad and Gerard all these weeks saying, just because you have the money doesn't mean you need to spend it.
G was way too positive for me. I'm like, G said he drank the whole Kool-Aid. I'm like, nah, I'm sipping.
I told you.
But G, look, man, you can edit this part when I say G was right. Good
stuff. All right. Let's go with Willis. What's up, Willis?
Hey, my family, how y'all doing?
Hey, Will.
Okay, so after first day, I've always been going with the Christmas analogy here. It was like where I was coming down Christmas morning to look under the tree. That first day, it felt like I opened up like maybe some socks and I don't know, maybe I got like one small good thing, and I just sort of was like, I wasn't upset, I was like, that's life, some Christmases you're poor, sometimes you're not, like you never know what's going on. And then the next day happened and things started piling in and I'm like, okay, this is starting to look a little bit better. Then the next day happened, more stuff happened. I'm like, looking better and better, even up to like just, as you said, an hour or so ago, we got De'Ami Brown and it looks like Van Jefferson as well, so we're getting more and more options here. It looks like we're starting to fill our room out to have some competition. And I mean, that's everything that we always want is competition, so I'm not going to give it an A+. I have to wait until I see where we are right up to draft and maybe even after the draft to see what grade I'm going to give. But right now I have a good gut feeling. looks like the team's going in a really positive direction. So yeah, super, super excited. And we'll get to our favorite players, I'm sure, here in a little bit. So I'll talk about that later.
So, all right, good stuff, Willis. All right, so let's go with Brandon.
Hey everyone, happy Friday. Brad, prayers for the mother-in-law. I hope everything's going well.
Yeah.
I was just chill for the first part because I think the way they started it was perfect because signing Laramie Tunsil, that was a huge win. That was like a big win for us. And then, I was quietly getting a little perturbed with all these big signings, but then when I saw how much they paid that center, I just thought to myself, wow, I'm glad we didn't waste the money on that guy. We can get somebody better. That's just crazy. And then when, they started signing everybody, I was elated. So I gave Peters an A. I think it's great. I think it's awesome. We just got De'Ami Brown back. And I'm happy. So yeah, I'll just keep it short and sweet.
So just wanted to let you guys know because I sometimes have to check my phone. I had a friend just text me and say he's going to change his ways. He said he's going to be more positive. I mean, it's literally right here. And he's one of the ones that texts me literally Monday afternoon, like when everything started. I'm like, did you expect to just have names drop like the Raiders did or something? And he literally was like, nobody wants to play here because there's no winning ways and they look down on the facilities. And I'm like, you couldn't be more wrong, man. Like seriously. So that's where we
player
are.
grades. Yeah.
That you trust me when I tell you. I mean, you guys have been listening to our pressers, with the players, and they're all saying they hear about the culture. They hear about the culture. They hear things have changed and they're excited about it. And oh, by the way, that Jaden Daniels effect, now you're seeing what that means. You're absolutely getting an idea. So I'm not gonna take that from you guys. So you guys keep it rolling. So let's go with my guy Brad Jones and Brad. Obviously you are in our thoughts and prayers. And I hope you don't mind me having said that on the radio yesterday. But just wanted to let you know we're thinking about you.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate all y'all, the text messages and all of that, man. That's straight love from the family, from my heart, man. Appreciate y'all. Look how far we've come from 30 years ago, right? We give AP a lot of credit, and deservingly so. He brought the guys in. He's a GM, but we got to give credit to DQ, how he has changed this culture. Everybody that they brought in, they talk about the culture and how former teammates are calling each other like, man, you got to get here. We got a lot of that Kansas City connection, and they calling each other. I didn't realize Chigakonko played with Louisville in Carolina, so I'm sure they talk to each other. So big shout out to DQ, man, because this was a place nobody wanted to come to. Now they all want to come here though, so big up. And Big Herb, I appreciate you coming to the front of the congregation, brother.
Amen.
My man.
No problem.
Amen.
No problem.
Yeah.
That's right, Big Herb.
Come to the water.
That's what's up. All right, good stuff. Good stuff. All right, let's go with Miss Sheila. What's up, Miss Sheila? Miss Sheila was the first caller on the show yesterday. Appreciated that.
Yeah, I heard her. Yeah.
Oh, you're muted.
You're on
Miss
mute.
Sheila.
You're muted.
You're muted. You're
muted.
muted.
I ain't used to that.
Let me see. You better cut that out, man. Let me see if I can do that for her.
Yeah.
Man, we got so many people in here today. I'm just scrolling and scrolling. I don't see Miss Sheila on my thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
Here she is.
There we
Here
go.
she is.
There we go. Okay.
All right. Yeah.
What's going on?
I got to talk to the DJ a little bit before the show because I was on it so early.
He did. He said you called in like 3 minutes before the show started, and he was like, she said she want to make sure she gets through. He said, so you got to take her first. And I was like, bet, let's go.
Yeah, but again, I told you how I felt. I listened to everybody on Tuesday, and I was like, I don't feel that way. I don't think that enough had happened. We had the rest of the week to go.
Mm-hmm.
So I was excited. Yesterday, after everybody was interviewed and still interviewing, we were interviewing this morning too. So I'm happy about it. I'm like, them boys look like they ready to go now, tomorrow.
They
So
absolutely do. Yeah.
So that's what I'm seeing. They got me excited. I think I can tell that they like the defensive coach, because they spoke of that, and you can tell that he must have put some excitement in them too. So some of them already know about him. So I was like, oh, I can't wait to I see this defense. I just cannot wait. So I know the offense is gonna be okay. So we're gonna get that together, but I'm good.
Okay. All right. Good stuff. Great stuff. All right. Let's keep it rolling. Let's go with Shano.
What's up, fam?
What's going on?
First off, Lick, we want to let you know we appreciate you for not big timing us and keeping us on your schedule. That means a lot to us, man. Thank you.
Oh, come on, man. That's not how I roll. So no, I appreciate you even thinking that, but you don't need to think that. I'll never do that. Like I always tell people, I'm just somebody from DC that's blessed, man. That's it.
Amen. Amen.
Appreciate you, like I said. So as I mentioned last week, it was the quiet before the storm, and we definitely had that storm this week. A lot of roller coasters. It was good though. It was fun. It was funny to see how people react, and you learned a lot of people's football knowledge when you see certain things. So I'll just say that. I'm glad we missed out on the top free agents. Didn't want to spend that big money, and AP is being real strategic, and it's showing, and I like that about him. And then I'm glad Diami's back. He just let Lattimore borrow his jersey for a year, so that number 2 is back on the offensive side. Good seeing everybody.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right, let's keep it moving. Let's go with Miss Jen. What's going on, Jen?
Hi guys.
What's up, Jen?
Hi.
Hello.
I was honestly thinking of all of you when we were watching, from day one. I was kind of thinking Eric could maybe try out to be a kicker. Just saying, I kind of feeling that he might be able to do that.
Let's go.
We might want some. Anyways, I had Brad on this side and Gerard on this side, and Brad's like, watch the money, and Gerard's like, let's go. And I was so excited. I think it was a great few days. And your interview with Tim Settle was really cool because he had previously come here and he had such a really great kind of a perspective because he knew the past and he was a good person to sort of see how do you feel about the new vibes, and he looked thrilled, and they all look excited. Yeah, I'm with Miss Sheila. Durante Jones, I mean, I'm sure anyone that meets him wants to go through a wall, but I'm really happy. I think they've done a great job.
All right, good stuff. Good stuff. Great answers. All right, let's keep it moving. Let's go with Eric. What's up, Eric?
Yo, what's up, everybody? How y'all doing?
Good afternoon.
Yeah, my man Rev, what's good, brother? I'm I wasn't really worried too much about the first day. I mean, I thought if we could have added a receiver or something like that, then it would have been pretty complete because we spent $100 million on one player. I mean, we spent that for Hainsworth way back when. Yeah. And so I thought we got, my top edge player. I mean, besides Max Crosby, but I'm sure we'll probably get into that subject. But I mean, the top free agent DN, young guy, athletic, ton of upside. We got him, so I was real hyped for that. And then the next day, I was seeing that we were signing all these guys and like good players, good positions of need, starters, and then. I remember I must have missed a few hours. I see we get Leo Chanel. I'm like, oh my God, here we go. And then it just kept on adding. And I saw we got Diami today, and me and my boy Larry at work, he's a season ticket holder. He was like, what happened to the year before when we had Diami and Zacchaeus and the offense was humming? And it's like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I'm glad to see him come back because
they wanted a lot of money though. That's what that was.
I get it. Yeah, that's why I told him. I said, Larry, $10 million for a guy to have 200 yards, but he played well in the playoffs.
Guess what? Adam was thinking the same thing. So yeah, that's why he was gone.
Yeah. So no, I mean, I'm glad to see him come back because he could be our wide receiver 3, 4, at worst 5. So I'm glad to see him come back. I mean, he definitely will help us out a whole lot, I think. But Yeah,
Right, the
out of all
field.
the interviews, who was your favorite? Because I hadn't seen them all. I saw Tim Settles.
Chanel was good.
Yeah,
Yeah, Leo was good, but my boy's back. Trent was back, so talk with him today.
Brent Scott, yeah.
You called that too,
Uh
Nate. You called that.
I did. And he said it. He said, I said you spoke that into existence. He said we spoke that into existence. So another God-fearing guy who said, I have no problem saying it. I know he wouldn't mind, but he said he wanted to be here. He told me that off the record. He wanted to be here. Text me and was like, "Man, you a man of faith. I am." He said, "I need you to speak these things into existence." And I said, "It's gonna happen for you." So
Yeah.
there
And
we
like
go.
we got a lot of we got a lot of we already have a lot of depth on the team just from the guys from last year. So I mean things are really looking good, but I got a feeling we're not done yet with adding players.
Oh no. They're trust me when I tell you they're not done. And like sometimes, I tell people off the air, yeah, I do know some things that's going on. And sometimes just for my relationships, I can't say stuff. But I told you guys about Brandon. That's, and I kind of joked today with Rashad about it. I'm sure you heard I said, and there's some word, that there's another ASU teammate of yours that plays wide receiver, and you could tell he kind of like squirmed a little bit, but yeah, trust me, that's happening. You guys remember people took shots at me because a couple months ago when I said this was going to happen, and do you remember me saying that they may even have to trade for him? Do you guys remember that? Does anybody remember that? What do you think the 49ers are doing right now?
Of course, they're holding out. They're holding out.
You know what they're like? I see what they're trying to do, but in another way, it's going to cost them more money as this thing keeps going forward. So
I mean, he's definitely a post June 1st release, but they're going to do it beforehand. By next week, they'll see, because it doesn't look good on their part. It doesn't. They're holding them hostage, and
That's petty.
It is. It's
very petty.
But there's also, remember I told you about that knee, and people are like, "Oh no, he's hurt." Okay, all right. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. I don't want to get in trouble. Let's go. Let's go with big Bud. What's up, Bud?
What's up, Bud?
How you doing, sir? Hey, what's up, y'all?
Man, appreciate you calling in.
Hey, you're welcome, man. Anytime. I'll definitely do it again. Man, I when Monday started, I padding for a little while, and I kind of figured I needed a laugh. So I threw on Friday after next, got my laugh in. Then I was able to kind of calm down and kind of look at this from a different perspective. And I want to shout out the scout team that given Adam this information. Y'all can best believe he's listened to some very smart people. He ain't the one making all these decisions and calls and background information, all that crap. Those jokers need their flowers too. They're doing a great job, and they're bringing in starters, man. These jokers ain't coming in to be death fleeces. They're coming in to start. So I'm digging this, man. And Gerard, you hit it on when you were talking about, is this like one of the best free agency years we've seen? Absolutely.
I'd say yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. This is outstanding.
In 30 years.
Yep.
And we're just talking about
outstanding.
We're talking about the signings. It's the best they've had in over 30 years.
Yeah.
Now,
Thank you.
Will it carry over onto the field? Obviously, we have to wait and see. But the one thing that I love about these signings, and all you have to do is go back 2 years ago to Frankie Louvu. It's the same. It's one of those guys you see on tape, you see on film, and you're saying, this guy has a chance to be something special if he's put in a more of a centralized role. You know what I mean? Not as a backup, but as a starter. And a lot of these guys they're bringing over. Leo's a guy that had to back up an all-pro in Kansas City, but he still was on the field a lot and had his biggest games and the biggest stages. That guy's going to be an absolute stud in Washington. Mark my words. Mark my words. And I asked him today, as far as the pedigree coming from Kansas City, what can you bring to the table outside of just the skill sets and the athleticism, but just from a leadership standpoint, because you've won And then I also asked him as far as Patrick and coming to Washington to play with Jaden. I asked most of those guys that, and you all saw them perk up when they started talking about Jaden. It wasn't,
Yeah.
well, he was hurt. No. They were like, this guy's different. So yeah. So let's keep it going. Good stuff there, bud. Let's go with and I'm going in order as I see on my screen. Let's go with Rev. What's going on, Rev?
Peace and blessings, everyone. And again, Big Brad, my condolences. I have you on the prayer list at my church, brother. You and your family, and that's real. Quality before quantity. I said it. I'm very pleased. Contrary to popular belief, I never was on the edge or wavered. I believe in professionals doing, and I know these people are where they are because of what they do. They told me that I can't uncall myself to preach. So it's like I can't say that Adam Peters is one of the greatest minds, and then because he doesn't do what I want him to do at that exact moment, again,
Right.
I said they're tacticians, and if you look at the bang that we've got for the buck, how many of like we are saying, that these guys are day one starters that's going to hit the field. Like, we're not going to have to wait. These guys are ready to go. The interviews, and then I will shut up. Everything, Leo, I love him. Okay. And this is a bromance because he's like, I arrive violently. Ching said, I'm a dog. Everything that Rev want to hear. I'm a man of God, but when it comes to football, I let God sort them out. I let God sort them out. Okay.
Listen,
we
on
got
Sundays, you don't want to hear nothing about that. You want to hear, I'm the devil out here.
Right.
So,
man, he's Daniel, buddy.
Joshua.
Yeah.
Good stuff. All right, let's keep it moving. Let's go with Greg Dashel. What's up, Greg? There you go.
How y'all doing, fam?
What's going on,
Greg?
brother?
What's going on, man?
Hey, Brad, my condolences, my brother. I didn't know that because I ain't on that chat, but I need to get on that. But either way, my condolences, because I just lost my mother-in-law last week too. Well, the week before last.
Oh, man.
We just buried her.
Sorry.
But prayers to you, my brother.
Appreciate you, man.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I never wavered, man. I said when they hired AP, we wanted the GM. Okay, we got a GM. The structure is right. Okay, we overachieved per se in 24, which was excellent. I mean, it was the best year any of us seen since. I mean, I know I seen Super Bowl years because I'm old enough.
That was 2 years ago.
But they played well, right? And so, man, free agency, when it took it slow, it's always slow. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? It's always slow. You can't expect everybody just to come out and say, "Oh, you're going here, going here, going here." They didn't offer it. Look, we still got the most money right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they spent
part,
well.
Yeah.
So you can tell that the operation is steady, man. It's really good. I'm very happy about it. And I just can't wait for the season. I almost went and bought my season tickets again, but I live in Georgia, so I can't. It's gonna be hard for me to get up there. But
feeling that love. That's what's up.
Yeah.
That's what's up. All right, so let's keep it moving. Good stuff, Greg. Let's go with Big Herb.
What's good? What's good?
Bring home the
man.
dub, Herb.
Alrighty.
Bring home the dub with W.
Alrighty.
Angry
So
man.
let's start this off.
Don't do all,
So, contrary to everybody believe, I did believe in our boy AP. I just wish he would have just went a little faster. I had no problem with the restructure of.
Hey, Herb, I gotta do this. I know you watch Martin because I know you're a TV guy. Look at me right now, okay? I don't know. I'm not sure about that.
All jokes aside, I was panicking. I was panicking. I was like, okay,
Oh, we
what are
know.
you doing?
We know.
What are you doing? Hurry up. We got money. I've said some things that I would never say around my parents,
Okay.
around majority of the people in here. So
Hmm.
even when I made my clip, I said, look, warning, strong language. But I did reiterate, in the words of Mike Epps on Friday, players, they mess up too. So
That's right. That's right.
but I loved every single one. And like I said to you the other day, come on, man, you know I gotta love our Terps that we just signed on here.
See,
So
that's the reason why he's in a better
mm,
mood now, because they kept bringing in them terrapins,
Yeah.
and hopefully
look here,
the
we don't
results on
get a
the
lot of
field will be
wins
better than
nowadays.
what
I
you see
mean,
on Saturdays.
look here,
They did
look here.
bring one from Penn State as
Of
well.
course, the
We ain't
biggest
worried about
one.
that Penn
I
State. We
mean,
ain't worried about him. I mean, we worried about the Terps right now. So I mean, we
Well,
the big thing.
I
I
was
mean,
wearing my Terps hat last week, and you were missed. But yeah,
it's
two
good for Maryland
University of
for sure.
Maryland, two University of Maryland, and one Penn State.
It's good for Maryland, and I'm not going to throw this out there, but I'm going to say it kind of under my breath. I remember Nick Cross picked Maryland over Penn State, and I wasn't thrilled about that, but that's okay though.
Stop it, Lake. You ain't saying that, Lake.
Huh?
You really feel that way, Lake?
Hey, no,
Yeah.
I mean, I remember when he did. He picked Maryland over Penn State, and I was like, that's a bad move. But it worked out for him because look at where he is now. So I'm okay with that.
But when they drafted Adolphe, were you like,
they did save the last presser for my dude. So we are. I'll shout him out. So I got your colors on today just for you. All right.
my man. But no, all jokes aside, I think I definitely believe that it was really good, decisive moves. You went ahead and picked. You didn't spend a lot of money. You still lead the league in cap space with $60 million, and like even with going ahead and getting Rashad White.
Yeah, and that's
Rashad
also
White,
think about that. That's also extending some guys. With
Yeah.
Laramie. This is why I say if you don't understand capology 101,
Right.
he's showing you, and people are like, I'm tired of these 1-year contracts. The guys that they needed, really truly needed, 2-3-year contracts, 3-year deals.
That's right.
And they're
That's right.
young. Their best football is ahead of them.
they're
It's
coming
not
off their
behind them.
rookie
It hasn't
seasons,
they haven't peaked yet. And then when you get a guy like from Kansas City, not Chanel, but Charles, when you think about his 1-year $7 million deal. This is a guy that could be in a situation where he could show something, and show that he's worthy of a long-term deal after this year. So these are brilliant moves, and it keeps the door open for them to be able to go out and get more guys. I heard somebody earlier mention Max Crosby. I don't think they have the draft capital to do that.
No.
But let me say this, because that's one of my questions for you guys today. Okay. That's going to be the next, when we go through this again, the next thing we're going to talk about is, have they done enough in free agency to potentially trade back from 7? So don't answer it now. We'll get to that, but that's something that you have to think about what's being done here. So let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. Good stuff there, Big Herb. Let's go with Marcus right now. What's going on, Marcus?
Going on, everybody? Pretty good, pretty good.
What's up, Marcus?
Yeah, just like everybody else, I was a little bit nervous, going into it, but AP came through and nailed every single position. So I was definitely happy with that. The edge, tight end, safety, cornerback, running back, linebacker, I gave them all A's. I'm just right now, the only thing I'm holding out on is what we're going to do about the center position, because I still feel like that's a very, very important position, being that we're trying to transition to having JD under the center. So we got to nail that one too. So, but yeah, I'm happy.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Nice and quick too. I love that. I love that. So we can get into some more stuff. Let's go with Miss Benet. What's going on, Miss Benet?
Hello, family from sunny, hot Southern California. 90 degrees here today.
Come on.
Wow.
Yeah, it is.
Real quick, Real quick, I have to let everyone know this. My daughter came out yesterday to do my hair, and I turned the show on from last week. She was so impressed with everyone. She actually loved the group. Maybe she'll become a fan. I don't know. So I wanted to let you know, everyone know that my daughter actually absolutely loves what's going on with our group. And
Bring on to the dark side.
I'm a fairly new fan of the Commanders since late 2024. I divorced my other team.
Who was it? It don't matter. She divorced them. They're history.
That's right. It's divorce.
Rearview mirror.
And so what I've done this week is I've just watched the interviews of the players that they've signed this week. And I thought it was really interesting with one of the players that's coming over now to play with Jaden. I think he's from the Chiefs. And I saw an interview where they asked him which quarterback he would love to strip sack, and it was Jaden. So I find it interesting that now he's going to be on the team with Jaden. So I'm looking forward to all of the new team members coming aboard. Now,
Good stuff. Okay.
I don't have a lot to say about that. Yeah, still learning everything. Yeah.
Hey, you're doing just fine.
good.
You're doing just fine.
Great.
Keep that going.
Can I just say this real quick?
Yes, sir.
We still have to figure out what Nick Cross and Deron Payne is gonna have to say, because Nick Cross went out there during draft night, and when Payne got picked up, and he said,
Yes.
"Hey, the Redskins go making stupid moves." Now you got to go ahead and address that in the locker room. So I'm interested. I want to be a fly on the wall for that one.
Well, he was 16, man. So you know.
Hey, look,
You know what? You know
He's
what?
gonna stand on
And I'm-
business.
And I'm gonna say it. And I'm gonna say it. I think some of the moves that have been made might make Deron start to wonder himself.
Expendable.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so that's just a thought. All right, so let's keep it going. Let's go with Ellison, and then coming up after Ellison, we got Raleigh, and then we're gonna go out of this round with Mr. Fire. Oh no, we still got Tony. My dude Tony is back in here, and then we'll go out of here after that
You
with
got Willis.
Gerard.
Yeah,
With
Ebony.
Gerard.
You got Willis and you got Willis.
Yep, and
Ebony.
Ebony dropped out, I think.
Yeah, you got
Willis
Rollins. you got
already
Rollins
went.
too.
Yep,
Yeah,
yep.
Willis
So let's
already
go.
went.
Let's go Ellison, and then we'll go with Raleigh after Ellison.
Okay.
What's good, everybody? How y'all doing?
Hey,
Listen, man. And I reiterate what some of y'all have said already. Condolences to Greg and Brad. Keep our heads up for yourself and your families, man, for sure. I'm this few days this week, I've been pleased with what AP has done. I like the signings, especially Rashad White. I've always been a big Rashad White fan since he's been in Tampa. So I think that's an underrated signing for us. I could see him potentially being our starter, depending on what we do at 7. But I'm pleased at what we've done so far. The only question that I've had always up until this point is about AP is he the guy for the job? Not that he can't do it, not that he won't do it. I just need to see for myself, because this is really his first year in doing it. He's been here 3 years, but this is his real first off season in the position of being in a hot seat to actually put a roster together. So thus far, I've been pleased, and I'm looking forward to what he's going to do in the draft, and maybe BA will be here, Aiyuk. So we'll see what happens there. But I've been pleased so far this week. So I give him an A- for a grade.
Okay. All right. Good stuff. I did want to say this, and then we'll keep it rolling with Raleigh, and then we got Gerard, we got Tony. Ebony's out right now. So I did want to say this though. When people keep saying that AP's on the hot seat, I always come back and say this, and I know people keep saying that's your guy and you're gonna defend. Maybe, but outside of that, my thing is why would he be on the hot seat? They got ransacked by injuries last year. Their season never even started because of the injuries. And then I understand the whole Terry thing, but guess what? They signed Terry, so they got that done before the season. So my point is, when people say that he's on the hot seat, how? They were first year in the NFC Championship game. That hadn't been done here in 40 years. The next year, they get destroyed by injuries. Let's just call it like it is. And they could never recover.
Hey,
How y'all doing?
We're doing great.
good.
Hi.
So
Hey, I
I
see
was
you. Hey, I got season ticket. Hey, Mr. Dean, I got season tickets, and I see you out there working. Like I noticed because of Mr. Lake, but I see you out there working during them games, man. You do an awesome, incredible job, Mr. Dean.
Thank you. I work
I just wanted to
hard.
tell
I
you that.
work hard. So
I
did
know
you
you
tell him
do,
where
and
I
you're
was?
great at
I
it.
did. I told him where you were.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
really cool, guys, just to like be a part of like the inaugural girls flag football media day. Um,
Wow.
it was for DC charter schools, and I'll do the same thing on Monday. But it's just kind of interesting to be a part of it because those young ladies could potentially end up playing flag football for the Olympics. Like you just
Yeah.
never
Yeah.
know.
Wow.
And
No doubt.
Right.
assuming, all goes well this season, it could end up being a sport in high school, like a recognized sport.
That's cool.
That'd be
And I
great.
just
So
think
cool.
about when I was in high school, we only had one game the entire year where we did intramural flag football. That was it. Like I was a tomboy. I wanted to play football, but I wasn't able to. And so it was
Right.
just really cool to be a part of that. Gary Clark was there, so I had the opportunity to interview
Nice.
him. And, he gave advice to
Hmm.
everybody.
She's still
So,
wired up if y'all can't tell.
Yeah.
I have Janine, I got a question.
yeah.
So if you and Lake are in the pit, running straight up, who's gonna win that one?
And
See,
doing what now?
Going
Doing what?
down, going straight tackle.
personal.
Like who's
I
the Oklahoma drill? Oklahoma
I
drill.
think
Who's
that I
winning?
might be
He doesn't
faster.
know what an Oklahoma drill
I
is.
think I might be faster than Lake. I definitely, if we had to do long distance, I can definitely outrun him.
Oh no, that's it because you see all this weight I've lost because of her, but when we do some workouts, literally it could be like if it's a 45-minute workout, and I mean like if you guys know what the Peloton workouts are and all that stuff, not just the bike, I'm talking weights, the whole thing. There's times like seriously, I'm at like 40 minute 42, and I'm like, I'm done. I'm done. And she's like, "What you gonna quit?" So yeah, so I give her credit, but yeah, so are you Who's got the better jump shot? we gotta get back.
Oklahoma
Yeah, I
drill.
know. I just really quick. I mean, because we're all Commanders fans. But I do just want to say really quick, it's obviously Women's History Month, and it just made me feel so good today being a part of that because the Commanders paid for all of their jerseys. And
That's
we
nice.
unveiled, it was six different schools there. We unveiled the jerseys, and those young ladies were just so excited. And just the love and the attention to detail that our team put into this event. And this was one of a couple. So I think we've done this in Maryland and in Northern Virginia as well. DC is kind of the last stop. We have another one on Monday, but it's just another reason to kind of thank the leadership of this organization because it goes beyond the X's and O's on the field at Northwest Stadium in the away games. Like they're taking it into the community and now they're helping, young women achieve their goals and their dreams. And just to be a part of that and to be a part of an organization that cares so much, it just made me feel so good. So I know you all already
Came a
drank the
long way.
Good
Kool-Aid.
job.
Congratulations.
Good job.
Janine, how
Came
happy
a
are we
long
that
way.
we got a new owner, right?
That part.
How
Correct.
happy are we?
Big time. Big
Yeah,
time.
and
Yeah.
it's we talk about how deep it goes, but it goes wide, right? Like it goes deep and it goes wide across the community in different facets of our community, and just everything that they're doing beyond football is just something to really be proud of. So it was just really nice to be a part of it today. We're gonna do it again on Monday. Got on Fox 5. Chad was there. So that was kind of cool too. So, like I said, we already drank the Kool-Aid, but I just wanted to like give y'all another reason to just keep on loving on this team. So,
Right.
all
Absolutely.
right, I'll let y'all get back to
Yay.
talking football.
Yay.
So when she comes home, I'm gonna put you out there, baby. When she comes home after she does her anchor, for CBS, she comes home and it's like midnight. I'm trying to let y'all know your boy's already out. I'm knocked out. And every night I hear that TV come on and it's
just a whole bunch of stuff. And I'm like, babe,
Can't hear that.
it's late. But she's like, I'm wired up. I just got off the air. So that energy you see, I get that every single night, and it's legit, it's real, there's nothing fake about it. So that's why that's my baby.
Hey, that's right. That's cool.
All right, so let's go. You know what? I'm not gonna cut that out either.
No.
Yeah,
leave it.
No, let that.
That's good for the
flow.
family.
That roll.
Let that
But then
flow.
people are gonna see that
What
I
is
don't have
that?
this is not a real screen, so they're gonna. But that's all.
It's
What
nice
is- what
to
is
hear
it? Is
from
it
Janine
after we'll
because
do it
she's
live?
been with the team so long too. You know,
She
it's really
has.
nice to hear like a woman who's obviously like Miss, she's the power of she's been with the team for a long, long time, so she has a really unique perspective to talk about.
Yeah, she's the
All the
cheerlead
years
for
she's
'em.
been.
Right.
Totally, which is so cool. So
And
cool.
she's never seen it. You guys, you have no idea 2 years ago when they were going through that playoff run, you have no idea how I literally, used to try to talk her off the ledge because she was just like, if they fell behind or if they had we were in they had the losing streak. So we were actually in St. Thomas and that was the first time she ever came on a podcast with me. So we did it. And she was just like asking me leading up to that, babe, is this gonna be like the old days? They suck, don't they? And I'm like, no, literally, they're gonna be a good football team. So she's another person with the PTSD. She still kind of has it, but I think she'll be fine. I think she'll be
But she
fine.
was on the field, so her
You got front row seats.
feelings
Yeah.
run deep. Yeah.
Oh, we've had many rides back to Richmond where it was just
She never got
quiet.
to see a Super.
And I'm
She
like,
never got
"Man,
to see a Super Bowl.
you mad at me did I do something?" And she's like, "This daggone team, I can't take it." So no, thanks to Tony, you're up.
Yeah, like I'm gonna start off by giving a big shout out to your lady, Miss Janine, because I go to all the games, and she definitely, even when the stadium is dead, and it was a hard year for us this year, right? And she still put life into there, and she had all the energy, and she brought it. So I'm gonna give a shout out to her first of all, right?
Appreciate that.
I went into this off season, like we all had PTSD. Every single person in this group right here has it a little bit, because what we went through. Even Mr. Lake, even though he's objective and he's a member of the media, I'm sure he has it a little, right? So I went into it thinking, I'm gonna give it a shot. And AP, he got this team 2 years ago, and he had to do a factory reset on it, right? He was lucky enough to get his quarterback, and that started the process. And I think I figured it out a little as we've gone on. So I was like kind of chill, but really what he did was like the first year, he had to sign like a lot of guys on 1-year deals, veterans that might have been a little older to fill roster spots and things. And it worked out great for us in 2024. So we expected it would continue to be great. But last year, the injuries and things hurt us. We didn't have the depth to compete, and he had to suffer through that. But now, like, he's able to chase younger players, give them longer deals, like proven, like actually what it is like guys off their rookie deal, have actually played in the NFL a little bit, and they're looking for their next payday. And that's what Adam is looking for. And that's great to me.
Hunger. Yeah.
Like, I don't think it could be any better. Like, I could go on and on forever about the individual players we're getting, but the process to me has cleared up a little bit. So I'm not worried at all. Like, he did exactly what I expected him to do. And I continue to expect greatness from this guy.
Aren't you guys glad there's a GM, like a real football mind in there? Do you know somebody had the audacity to tell me the other day, well, no, like, you were wrong. I mean, I kid you not. This was in the building. Someone told me you were wrong because we did have a GM. Vinny Serrato was the GM. Yeah.
Hey, credentials. Credentials.
I literally just like, you know what? God tell you, don't waste your breath, man.
We're seeing part 2 of the building process right now of being able to chase younger players with talent and athletic skills and things.
Who
And
are
he brought
hungry,
DQ with him.
who are at the point in their career where they want to show, look, I can be more than a reserve
Right,
player.
prove yourself type of
I
situation.
could be
You
a
know what I mean?
starter. Exactly. I had somebody tell me the other day that they were like, man, Oweh, he's a bust, man. He hasn't done anything since he's been in the league. Okay, all right, you got it. That's how you feel. I don't waste my breath anymore. I just don't.
We
Some people
all knew
just
that we had
angry.
cap space last year. We all knew that we had cap space last year, going into last year and this year, right? So we just have to let Adam Peters cook, man, and like he's built up the roster right now, with just like you said, with younger players that can run sideline to sideline, athletic, trying to prove themselves, and it's nothing better than that, man. Like this is part two of it, and he's attacked it with a great gusto, man. I'm cool with it.
Yeah, I kind of want to tell people. Remember the old Kornheiser thing, the bandwagon? I kind of want to tell people, don't get on it. Don't get on it when it comes, man, because
It's okay to gatekeep sometimes.
man, but I just, that happened 2 years ago. That happened 2 years ago. It was, remember, before they played, Tampa in the playoffs, it was, they hadn't played anybody. They're going to get crushed. They beat Tampa. Oh, man, Baker had a terrible game. Okay, then they go into Detroit. Well, Detroit had too many injuries. It was it's always something. But they were a game away from the Super Bowl. So, all right, let's keep it.
We're witnessing a master class in how to build a team from scratch, basically.
Yes,
because he got here 2 years ago with nothing, and he's doing it. And so we should just sit back and trust the guy.
All
That's
right,
how I feel about it.
good stuff. All right, so let's keep it going. Let's go, Mr. Gerard. What's up, Gerard?
Where's your crock pot?
What up,
That's right. Hello, family. How y'all doing?
Hey, Gerard.
Lake, I need a small moment before I give you my grade. I just want to touch on a few things real quick.
Awesome.
But even before I do that, look, today I went to lay one of my friends to rest.
I'm sorry.
And he's actually part of De'Ami Brown's family and everything.
Oh, wow.
Like De'Ami, I went to school with his dad. He's from Williamsburg. He went to school in North Carolina. A lot of his family here, but he got family in Carolina also.
My condolences, brother.
Yeah,
sorry,
so
I'm really sorry about that.
I just say to Greg and Brad, look, God is good in all things. That's what I tell everybody. Trials and tribulations going to come. People gonna get born, and then we're gonna pass away. That's what life is. So I just put God in everything what I do. So I just want to put that out there to everyone today. But I just want to touch base on something real quick. I'm just gonna toot my horn a teeny bit. Then we're gonna go back to like September, October. And I kept talking about coaching. Y'all hear that a lot, right? Coaching. I talk about Bobby Wagner. Not to say he might not be back, but if he do come back, it's going to be in a lesser role. Not saying that was his fault. It was coaching. He was put in the wrong position. I understand that. That's coaching and everything, right? I talked about, you guys kept seeing me put the number 2 up. We're going to get 2 new defensive ends. Got to get more. It was just the players. We got to go younger. We're doing younger. I talk about this as a big off season for AP and DQ. My grade is a A++ right now.
Wow.
They don't have to do any, and let me explain it.
They don't play lottery tonight, G.
They don't have to do anything else going forward. They already get an A++ with the coaches, the money, with the age groups, all the talent they bring it in. Like I put in the chat. I said I ain't never seen this in my lifetime. I ain't talking about the draft. I'm talking about free agency. Right. We bringing in men from age 24 to age 29. Not one guy, not 2.
We got to play the lottery tonight. Because for Gerard, who has always been consistent, I'm gonna give you that. He's always been consistent. That might be the most positive, well said, and I agree with you. Only reason I didn't give him an A+ because my parents used to tell me a long time ago,
always room for
nothing. No one's perfect. They always say that.
They're just going to add to it.
But man, like
that's it.
What you said is hitting on something tonight for sure. Because it's hitting.
It's never ever happened in our lifetime.
I've never seen it.
He's already met the mark. in my opinion, with more to go. This is just the first week.
And it's
So
a
we got
lot
more.
of guys that they've signed. Like this isn't
Yes,
just
and that's
couple.
that's
It's
what I'm
Gerard,
a
getting
quick
ready to
question.
go.
yeah.
Go
Gerard,
ahead,
quick
Big
question.
Herb.
How much sugar you putting in that Kool-Aid?
Bruh.
I mean, hold on,
But a
I'm
quart,
with
but a
you, but
quart.
I'm like,
Half
I'm
quart, half
just
quart.
like,
That's fair
dang, my
enough.
bad.
I told Mike, I told all the fellas, I'm drinking all the Kool-Aid, the whole pitcher. You know, all AP did was plug up a crock pot. I've been talking about a crock pot all week. And he put all those ingredients in there and just stirred it up. A crock pot take a little longer. It got to marinate in the juices. And then, boy, when they come out, it's so tender. It's so
Can
tender.
I ask you one question, Mr. Gerard? Mr.
Gerard,
Gerard.
I want to come to church with you, bro. I want to come to church with you.
Amen.
You got me
Amen. Good,
inspired.
brother.
Hey, Mr. Gerard, let me ask you one question, sir.
Yes.
You know, I gave him a B plus 100%, right? Because I feel you on everything. The only thing holding me back, why they cut Badass? Because like when Jaden got hit on the sideline or anybody stepped on his leg or anything, Badass been the first one in his face, getting him off the, like, you know, defending his guy. You know what I mean? And he was a decent center. And it
They
didn't
have a
seem like there
plan.
was any backup plan. So until they
He
fix
was
that, it's an
he was okay. He was. I mean, last year he played okay.
He got moved around though by some of the bigger defenders. He did. He was getting getting moved off his block.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay, but
you
where
can't
was the
have
plan
that
to
as a
replace
center.
him?
It's
Where was
already
the plan to replace
Tony,
him?
if you're not seeing
coming.
that
It's
point,
coming.
Trust me,
It's coming.
it's coming.
It's
over,
coming.
bro.
It's going to be
Like you said, it
Allegretti,
ain't
or they're
over.
going to bring somebody else.
Until then,
in.
it's a B
Tony,
plus.
It's just
Tony, if
1
you're
week.
not,
You said yourself, trust in AP, then
Yeah.
trust in AP that there
Right,
is a
exactly.
plan or a resolve. You said
Yeah, you're right.
yourself, trust in
You're right.
AP.
So let's
Tony,
let's do
Hey,
that.
Tony, follow my lead.
Tony.
Just let him cook. Just let him cook.
Yeah.
So Willis,
I don't want to
Look,
scare you
what
off.
I'm trying to say to
hold
you.
on. So we're not
Okay.
talking over each other. So Willis, you were going to say something?
Yeah, I don't want to scare y'all, but just today on JP Finley and B Mitch was talking about how Allegretti was saying that his actual favorite position that he plays is
He's
center.
a center.
Yeah, he was a
I'm
center.
trying
He
to tell
was a
you.
center. He talked to us about it. He was a center at Illinois in college, and
Maybe that's the plan then.
you know,
That
so
is.
well, no, they're going to give him every opportunity to start, but that's not. They're not
They're gonna
handing
draft
him
one.
that
I
job.
think Linderbaum was a solution. They
Yeah.
just couldn't get him.
But
They're
he's
going
the
to draft a
backup.
center. They're going to draft a center. That's probably
Right.
what's going to be.
So I was told. I was told it's okay because they're gone. You know, I was told that the top two centers they offered for sure, but when somebody over offers, sometimes you gotta take the money. And I say this, you know, my saying has always been, how much do you want to win, or how much do you want to get paid? And some people take the latter. Some people are like, I want to get paid, and you know, so because clearly, if you look at the Raiders, but in fairness to the Raiders, they've made some pretty solid moves too, and they kind of may have lucked back up into keeping Max Crosby. So, you know, they could be a team that could, you know, potentially this year double their win total from last year. That's not going to be too hard to do, but I do know that there was a plan in place for a center, and that's why Tyler was let go so early. He was the first one. But things sometimes happen, and you gotta keep it moving. And
That's right. You
there's
got to
nothing
improvise. Keep it rolling.
Yeah.
Like
You
if
know.
you're
Let
a
me
starting
finish.
center and you got Cosby to your right, then you got Tunsil to your left, why wouldn't you want to go there?
Yeah, no, I mean everyone knows that that's the only thing that could be something that could be addressed in the draft as well. So,
Yeah. You can get a good center in third round, fifth round.
centers normally don't go high in the draft. So just so you know that.
Yeah.
Right.
They can find
Exactly.
one. All right,
But
so
late.
let's
But
yes.
late.
And they definitely
Let
don't
me
make
finish it off.
27
See,
million.
I haven't gone yet. So.
Yeah, Raleigh got to
Yeah,
go.
I know we got to get Raleigh right.
Okay.
And the best for last.
And here's my last thing. Well, I'm
I
tied
wouldn't
up
say
with.
that.
For the most part, in this free agency alone, we pretty much almost uncovered every situation we done almost had. You know, besides without the draft being here. That's why I'm saying it's a A plus plus. That's all I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna cut it short. A plus plus. Watch and see.
All right, good stuff. Good stuff. All right, so let's go with Raleigh. Raleigh's going to lead us out of this segment.
Yeah, exactly. And I think I agree with everything that everybody said. And I'll say this, like all of you, I was waiting with bated breath for Monday. And I just knew that, you know, AP and the team was going to be working their tails off. And I was like anybody, I was expecting something to happen, but once again, the priority was Tunsil. We were all worried. A lot of people were saying, don't do another Terry. We got Tunsil nailed. He told us even before, he was posting that. And I thought that was fantastic. I know that he went after Pierce. We know that he went after the big center, which I was hoping that they would get. And they already had a plan. They said, look, if it goes this far, we ain't going there. We're going to go to plan B. And I have to say, I was like, okay, let's wait for the second day. And the second day just kind of blew me away. And the one that really got me was the one at the end of the day, this Clavon Klassen guy, because I thought we were done. And all of a sudden, this guy shows up, and I started looking at his tape, and I was going like, man, we've got this guy on the team. I feel this way. When we talk about people wanting to play with Jaden, he's definitely a draw. But I think the nation's capital is a draw. I just do. I live in a country where Dallas says they're America's team. I think the nation's capital is where America's team is. So I'm just wondering, with the new leadership that we've got, Jaden, things of that nature, DC's a draw. We saw how the players evaluated our ownership and the direction that we're going in. We got a new stadium coming in 3 years. I think there's a lot of excitement here. And I'll conclude with this point. 2024 to me was an anomaly. I think it surprised everybody. And going into 2025, they were like, well, let's see how we can keep this going. And I think the moves they made were great, but injuries killed us. But I think 2024 knocked us off our game. Nobody expected that. So we're back this year on track.
That's right.
Build through youth. Let's, do it. And I think it's just because I think last year was just weird, and I think they gave it an effort. I'm sorry.
No, she said it was.
Yeah. No. And I couldn't be more excited. I would grade everything a B+ or an A- only because I agree with, I think, what Tony was saying. To me, that center position is important. And we know what the pressure was like coming up the middle against Jason. I know we got two great guards that are going to be there, and I don't know, Algretti could be awesome. I heard Coleman can play some center potentially, but that's why I was hoping for the guy that went to the Raiders. But outside of that, there could be just some corn-fed stud out there, in Kansas, that basically, he's just been knocking cows over or something, and he's going to block for us. But I'm just excited. And I want to, at the beginning, before we got started, we were talking about going places, and it's hard to go out, and there's ugliness out there, etc. And Rev, I agree with you and everybody else. This community is just so refreshing. It is.
Amen.
We're going to have our differences, but we're so respectful, and we're just all trying to do helping each other out. And to those of you that have lost dear ones, I don't know you all that well, but I know what that feels like. So my heart goes out to you.
All right.
Awesome stuff, man. Awesome stuff. Again, like I say, when people, ask me all the time about this group, and I'm like, it's not a gang. Nobody got jumped in here. Everyone willingly joined, and and you can feel it through the screen. You can feel that this is genuine good people, that just want to be able to talk about their team and not feel like you're going to be called stupid or people are in attack mode. But I always say the people who don't want to join this group, you already know why they can't join this group. They don't have the makeup to join this group. If you want to join this group, all you have to do is email me, and I want to make sure I plug that, not shamelessly, but willingly. All you have to do is email me at thelakeLewisJr.show@gmail.com, and we will get you on here. You can see this thing is growing and growing, and it's diverse. It's different genders. Everything is in this group that you want, so that it's legit, it's family. You just saw mine come in here, off the cuff, so that's how we do it. So let's do this. We got about 15, 20 minutes. So we do kind of have to be mindful about the questions because y'all don't want to get me in the doghouse, because we still have something we have to do later. So let's do this though. I'm going to change it up today. I still want to do our teams. Okay. But the way I'm going to do this is so that everybody feels like they have a chance and they're not going to be sold short, because some of y'all cry about when you lose, and it's a lot, because I'm used to winning. So let's do this.
Team 2?
I'm going to ask you a question. Everybody gets the same
No,
question.
we don't.
And I'm going to give you your grade from a 1 being it was terrible answer. No one does that. 5 being an outstanding answer. So everybody gets a chance to answer the same question. So what I would encourage you to do is you can listen to somebody answering the question before you if you have a tough one with it, tough go around with it, but don't feel like you can't answer the same thing because if you can, you can. Okay. So the question is, with all the free agency moves that have been made this week, do you feel like Washington has done enough to potentially trade out of the 7th spot to recuperate another draft pick and maybe still get the same guy that they wanted at 7? Because they've answered so many holes on this team during this free agency thing. So basically the question once again is, has Washington done enough in free agency to potentially trade out of the number 7 pick? Now, everybody has an answer for this. Okay. So let's start it up. We'll go back around the way we finished so that guys like Raleigh are not waiting for an hour to
Oh,
answer.
I don't
All
mind.
right.
I don't mind. Whatever.
So Raleigh, well, actually, no.
I feel you, brother.
No. We're not going to do that. We're going to go as far as the team. So you answer.
Team.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So let's do this. I'm going to go with team 4 first because that's what Raleigh's team is because I don't want him having to wait an hour.
I don't mind. I don't
All right.
mind.
We got you. We got you.
So team 4, you are up first. So that is Raleigh, Ellison, Ebony's not in. So you automatically get 4 points from Miss Ebony. Okay. And Willis. All right. So let's start with Raleigh. You're up. And look, I'm timing you guys.
Okay.
20 seconds. 20 seconds to get your answer out. All right. So hold on.
So the question is, have we done enough in free agency to potentially trade back the number 7 position? That's the question. It's kind of a yes or no.
That's the question.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna do this so y'all can see this. All right.
Okay. All right.
If you're still talking at 20, that means you don't get any points. That's how we're gonna do this. All right.
Okay, that sounds great. Go ahead and hit it.
go.
So my feeling is that free agency isn't up. I would say as of right now, if free agency was over, I would not give up the 7th position. So it just depends. If we pick up another running back or receiver or something along those lines, I might trade it back. And the question is, where do you trade back to? So from my perspective, I think we should hold on to number 7.
That was like 45 seconds, bro.
Was it? Oh, I was just watching him.
That was like 21.
You're on mute, Lake. Lake, you're on mute.
Lake's on mute.
Lake is on mute.
You're on mute.
I'm sorry. There we go. I had to mute it because yeah, okay. All right. All right. So Raleigh, that was good. He went over 1 second. I'm not gonna hold that against him. No one else can do that though. I just to start how we're gonna do
Senior
this.
moment.
All right.
Beginner's luck.
All right. So team 4, you're still up. So Ellison, this is on you. When I say go, I'm gonna put this up so you can see it. All right. And we gotta find, is there a timer on this thing somewhere that I could throw up on here?
In
Anyone
Zoom?
know about Zoom like that you can put a timer up in here?
Mm-hmm. I don't think you can, but I'm not
Nah, I've never
Denise,
done it.
Janine says she'll
gotta
help
hold
me
your phone
later.
up,
All right, so for the sake of today, we do it this way. All right. So
good.
here, hold on. You really you doing a lot, love. Hold on for 1 second.
Oh, she probably got some big Flavor Flav clock.
Just trying to settle in. All right, so here we go. Are you ready, Alistair?
I got you.
Boom.
Yeah, I think they have done enough to move down a few spots. Depending on who's on the board, though. If Love is there, or Ban is there, I may stay at 7, but I think they've done enough, not done enough thus far to move down. Maybe a few spots, maybe to 10, something like that. But I think they've done enough so far.
All right, good stuff.
Good job. Good job.
Got that in, man. That was good. All right,
Excellent.
so Ebony is not here, so you get 4 points for her. Okay, so now Willis, you got a chance to bring it home for your team. So Willis, you are up, and here we go.
All right, you asked if we've done enough. Yes, we have. We could do it, but I agree with my brother Ellison. If we find somebody that is just a superstar that's right there, don't pass that opportunity. We could, but don't waste it.
Okay. All right. Good stuff. Good stuff. I should have been doing this timer all along.
Who says that after me?
I know that's right.
I should have been doing this all along. All right. So good. So team 4 is in the books. All right. So now we are going to
So
go.
Willis, I'm sorry, did you say don't trade back?
I said his question was, have we done enough? And I said, yes, we have done enough. But if we have somebody that is a superstar, don't pass that opportunity. I mean, if there's an utter game changer, don't pass that opportunity.
Okay.
I see Chris Paul's market wasn't good enough. He's back.
We can't.
Chris Paul is back.
They signed him back.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
Chris Paul back.
Next.
There's gonna be somebody else too. I'm just saying it. Yeah, I'm not you'll see. There'll be somebody else's market that didn't set it.
Debo coming back.
All right, so let's keep it rolling. So now we're going to go with team 2. Okay. Everybody else, if you're not on team 2, please just mute this so that we can keep it rolling. So we're going to start with Marcus for team 2. And remember, the question is, has Washington done enough via free agency to potentially trade back? Okay. All right. Here we go. You're up.
Yep, I say they have done enough to trade back. But I would say that, like what others said, that if there's a good player on at 7, do not trade back. Take the best player on the board at 7.
All right. Good stuff. Good stuff. Very good. All right. So we're going to keep it moving now with Tony. Tony, you are up. And here you go. Go.
Okay. Mr. Peters has done enough in the past with the first round number 1 high ass pick that he got with Mr. Jaden Daniels to show us that he can do the right thing with a high pick. Last year was an anomaly, just like 24 is an anomaly. I believe like he'll do right with it and then take the best player available, which is Jeremiah Love.
All right. Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right. So let me put this in here. All right. All right. Next up is Big Bud. All right. So you are, where's Bud at? You ready? Yeah, here we go. All right. You're up.
I'm ready. All right. Yeah, I would say trade back. Yeah. Trust in the scouting department. I trust in whoever's doing research as well as they did with these free agents. I trusted them that they'll do the right thing. So I wouldn't even wait till 5 or 6 to get them. Go ahead and trade it back.
All right. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right. This is good. I should have been doing this all along. All right. And then Brad, you are up and you are the person that could bring it home for your team. All right. So you ready? Here we
Yep.
go. Go.
So I say don't trade back. I think there's only like maybe 8 blue chippers in this draft. And that's one thing we did not have. And when last year showed us when somebody got hurt, we didn't have no backup. So I think you grab that blue chip, whoever he is at 7, I say you grab him.
All right. Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right. And here we go. We're going to move on to team 3. All right. So, Miss Benet, you're up on the clock. And here we go. You're up.
I'm going to say, I'm going to ditto Gerard. Whatever Gerard says, I'm going to ditto.
Okay. Okay. All right.
We're going to win today.
All right. Okay. All right. Okay. So let's do
I beat
that.
everybody's team.
All right. So, and speaking of Gerard, you are up on the clock. You ready? Here we go. Go.
We stay at 7 and get the person that we truly want. There's no need to trade back unless it's 1 or 2 spots, and those teams will not give up anything just to move up 2 spots. We stay at 7 and pick your guy.
Okay. All right. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right. Okay. Wait a minute. I think I just moved this. Okay. All right. I'm not cheating. My hand hit the thing. So, all right. And
I'm gonna do you the same way you did her.
You cheat. What you mean? I'm not cheating. Look, my team didn't even go, so you already know it's an L. for y'all. So anyway, okay, so here we go.
Please.
All right, we're gonna go. Eric, you are up. All right. Let me unmute yourself. Unmute yourself. Where'd he go?
I'm right here.
Okay. All right, you ready? Here we go. You're up.
All right, so yeah, depending on who's there, I wouldn't trade back. The only way I trade back is if we get a haul of picks, second, a third, a fourth, a multiple of picks. But we need a difference maker on the defense or offense. I'm good.
Okay. All right. Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right. So we'll do that. All right. So, Brandon. Okay. You are up on the clock. Okay. Where is Brandon?
I'm here.
Oh, there
I
he
don't
is.
know.
Okay. Yeah. It just
Yeah,
got scrambled around when Eric left and came back in. It scrambled everything around. All right. Okay. So here we go.
ready?
You are, let me reset. Okay. You are on the clock. Let's go.
Okay. I'm saying echo the words of Gerard, A++ on the draft. I'm happy with everything there. Do not trade back. Keep that number 7. Go get a difference maker. Hopefully it's Jeremiah Love. I'm out.
Okay. Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right. And
Good
then,
job.
all right. So we are going with team 5 right now. Okay. All right. And we will start with Mike B. All right. Team 5. Mike, you ready?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Here we go. Go.
So the question is, has he done enough? The
Yes.
answer is yes. You
Amen.
can't get an A++ if you can't go offense, defense, or trade back. So if he's got an A++, he has done enough to trade back.
That's right.
All right. Good stuff. That sound, you know what that
There you
sounded
go.
like right there? An attorney.
I know.
Yep. That's very logical.
Did like
Very logical.
boom. Yeah.
Very logical.
Sounded
Love
like
it.
a
Love
It
Gerard
sounded like he was in
clone
court.
there.
Somebody said, okay, I did it.
Yeah,
Dang.
man.
Me and Mike be going at it all day
Like that timer
with
was
that play.
real
With
Yeah,
that
close.
his
same
time went
question.
fast. He went past his time, didn't he?
That was pretty
See,
close.
Sheila, nah, see, no, I
Hey,
didn't.
Marcus,
Yes,
I
you did.
appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. I see what he sent.
All right.
So I'm gonna open it. Do you guys see that though?
Yes.
Yeah, you can set it. You can set it to 20 seconds. I've already got one up, so it's pretty cool. It's got a timer up there or a stopwatch. What's better?
Where's that?
Yeah.
Oh,
How,
in the
how do
chat.
you guys see
Yeah.
it though?
Chat. Yeah.
It pops up on the side of the screen. It was a Marcus invited us to it, and then it came
Yeah, I
up.
shared it with everybody there. So you can just hit start when you're ready. Yep.
Oh, nice, nice, nice. Okay, hold on. But I gotta, when I hit start,
I don't see it.
And there has an alarm
I
sound
see it.
too, I believe.
I see it.
Yeah.
so if I hit start,
Mike,
I
you
see
went
5
past.
minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You can change it. You got to change it to 20 seconds.
Give me
Okay.
And it
5
has
minutes.
an
All right.
alarm sound as well.
Well, we'll I'm gonna work
Use
with
that.
But
That's
today
gonna
I'm
be
gonna
good.
keep this
Yeah.
just so y'all
Next
can
time.
see. All right, so yeah, we'll keep that rolling. All right, so let's go with Herb. All right, let's see if Herb can keep this under 20. All right,
Yeah,
you ready?
Okay, well, let's make it happen. Let's make it happen.
Here we go. All right, go.
In the words of Sonny Weaver Jr., don't change, stick with the pick. And the pick is going to be in the first 7 picks. No need to trade back. We got our guy. Blue chippers all day.
There you go.
All right, okay.
He did
Good
it in
stuff.
5
Good
seconds,
stuff.
4 seconds.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's another mic drop.
Yeah, okay. I was a little concerned, but you know he did it. He did it. He did it.
I told you I'll make it happen over here, baby.
All right, okay. But see, you gotta keep in
I'm gonna make
mind,
it do what it do, baby.
my group coming up is the folks that have a lot of wisdom and a lot of breath, and that's Rev, that's Miss Sheila, and that's Greg. So
Hey, like you ought to give Rev and Sheila some extra time. You know, they're I think they ought to get it.
Diddy Young will get a
what are you
group.
saying? What are you
I
saying?
I respect the people that came before me.
Leg,
Diddy
before
Youngins. Diddy Youngins.
before we get out of order, I'm on team 5 and I haven't had a chance to go yet.
Okay, I know.
Oh,
You can
okay, I
hang
thought
out
you
the
was.
beach. You can
and
hang out the
Jen.
beach,
You and
Shauna.
Jen. You and Jen. Okay, so it's coming. It's coming. All right.
Okay, I
So,
thought you were going to your team. My bad.
oh
They got
no,
that
no,
energy
I was
today.
just letting
They
y'all know
hungry.
whatever you say, it doesn't matter because one's gonna win. But anyway, all right. So no, so
Bring it
so
home,
so,
Wait
so
a
Shauna.
minute, you
speaking
got on
speaking of
one now.
Shauna, well, let's go.
Shano,
Let's go.
you the last leg of the relay, man. You
Here we
got
go.
us.
I
Everybody
hope
else got to
so.
mute yourself. Everybody else mute yourself so that we can get this through. All right. So everybody, here we go. All right. Take care, Brad. Okay. All right. So Shano, you are on the clock. Let's go.
Okay, to answer the question, we have not done enough. We haven't solidified our Aiyuk yet, and someone's going to trade up to get the running back Love. So therefore, I say we don't trade back. We just get the best player available at 7.
All right. Okay. Good stuff.
Nicely done.
Good stuff. All right. And now, Miss Jen, you are up. You can take it home for your team. And
Okay.
you are on
Am I
the.
not muted? Okay.
Yep, you're not muted.
Yeah, I'm not. Okay,
Okay,
cool.
so here we go.
So,
Hold on. I'm going to hit your
okay, no
start.
worries, no worries.
Okay, here we go. Go.
So the top 3 centers in the draft, Connor Liu, Jake Slaughter, and Sam Hecht are probably going round 2 or 3. We have done enough to trade back. I don't think we should. We went through a heartbreaking season. We need our pick at 7.
Excellent point.
Nicely done.
That's strong right there.
Boom. Yeah, I agree. Mic drop.
Yeah, that was great.
I got 5 on it.
I had to. I had to.
Look at Brad just leaning back.
Lady J.
I did a little research. I wanted
Brandon
to
was just
impress Brandon
chilling.
Cox, whose birthday is Sunday.
Hey, happy birthday.
there we
Happy
go.
birthday.
Happy birthday.
Congrats. What are you turning 21? You'd be legal. 21. There we go.
He can drink now.
52.
All right, so you know what time it is now. It's time for the winning team to get ready to give you some answers. All right. So we're going to start with our group with Greg. And Greg, you are getting ready to be on the clock. Here you go. Go.
Stick with the pick. Best player available, whoever it is. Blue chipper all day.
All right. Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right. Good stuff. All right. So I gotta find, there we go. All right. Now we're going to go with Miss Sheila. Miss Sheila, you are on the clock and we're getting ready to start. Go.
I hope we have Jeremiah or Styles. Either one, stick with 7.
All right. Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right. All right. And here we go with Rev. You are, oops, let me do this real quick.
Give him 30 seconds, like, for the rev.
Bless
All right.
you.
All right, so here we go, Rev. You are on the clock, and we're getting ready to start now. Go.
In this infamous song, we can do what we like right now. So, best player available, whatever the situation is, we go after who we need.
Good stuff. I like it. I like it. I like it. All right. And my take on it is I definitely think that they've done enough. I feel like they've done, look at somebody said time's up. Oh, that was the timer in there. Okay.
5-minute one, I think.
So like I just started, it said time's up.
Hey, Josie says time's up, baby.
Time's up, dude.
Gotta deduct them points, baby.
Hey,
Look,
Lake.
here we go. Here we go. Here we go. I'm just
Hey,
gonna
Lake.
tell you in
Hey,
a couple
Lake.
seconds. I think
Say
they've
his
Hold
done.
up,
part.
Lake.
Excuse me, let our team say his
Let him
part.
go.
Hold up, Lake.
Come on,
What?
G.
What?
Before you give your answer, right? Because you never done this, I think, the whole time we've been doing this.
Mhm.
Can you tell us, like, what's the grade? Like, what are you considering a 5 for the question that you answer? What are you considering a 3 or a 1?
That's fair. That's a great.
That's
I'm
definitely fair.
Just being
telling
honest. I'm just,
what
I'm a
what
realist.
I think the best 2 answers I've heard of anybody's in there so far, at least in my opinion, and the way it was explained. I loved what Jen said, and I loved what Mike B said.
Lady J.
And I say
Come
that
on, Mike.
because, in my opinion, I
Potomac.
I think that they have definitely done
Yes, sir.
enough to consider trading back. I absolutely feel like they've done enough. And the reason why I say that is because you still don't have a second round pick. So if you feel like you've done enough and somebody's willing to trade to move up to your 7th spot and they give you even a late second round pick or something like that, you have to do that. You'd be stupid not to. I mean, is there
How far are
anybody?
you trying to trade back? How far are you trying to
Well,
trade
Yeah,
back?
I don't necessarily agree with you.
No, no,
how far are you trying to trade back?
because what I'm saying is, let me explain. Because one of the players that no one's talking about, that they will be talking about, is Tate. Okay, the wide receiver from Ohio State. That's a player that you potentially could trade back to 12, 13 and pay and maybe get.
Okay.
Because and the reason why I say that is because the teams behind you may not need that position. And so it's a gamble, it is, but it's a gamble worth taking if you feel
Yep.
like you've done enough. And by bringing in De'Ami Brown today, that was I know fans across the country may not see that as a big deal. That's a big deal.
It's a
You got
huge
your
deal.
vertical threat now.
Speed is all you got to bring
Yeah,
up.
you got your vertical threat. So again,
right.
if a
Like, one thing
receiver
though-
sitting, if the only thing that's sitting there is Tate, okay, and you do already have signed Aiyuk, De'Ami Brown back, and potentially Debo, I'm not taking a receiver at that point. Okay, that's just me.
Nope.
I'm not
Nope.
saying because I'm saying it's making it right. I just don't see the need in that. Running back, by bringing in Rashad White, Jeremiah Love is one of those guys, trust me. But by bringing in Rashad White, you kind of have a little bit of wiggle room there now. Just
Yeah, you do.
just a little bit.
Yeah, you do.
So
Don't take
I don't think so.
yeah,
I don't think so.
so what
I
I'm
don't think so.
saying is, so what I'm saying though is that you've done enough in free agency as of today to consider it. Okay. If you bring in a couple more pieces, you've done enough to absolutely do it. So
Yeah.
all this is
Mhm.
hypothetical. It's all in fun. Everybody can have a different opinion on it. But to answer your question, Gerard, my 5 answer to get a 5, I kind of think if someone said they've done enough to consider possibly trading back, that's the winning answer for me. So if that
Okay.
sounds fair to you guys.
Now, can I say something? Can I ask you a
I
question?
gave if you said no, hold stay because there's blue chippers. I know I went over, but I'm just saying if you said they've stay at 7 because there's 6 or 7 or 8 blue chippers in this draft. I do believe that this draft after 8, it's a significant gap between
Drop
those
off.
top 8 and those other guys. And the problem is that I don't necessarily believe that. I think Jeremiah Love might go 4 now to Tennessee. I truly believe
He is. I think so too.
Yeah.
So what player would you not trade back with?
If it's left with Tate, I would potentially consider trading back.
Yeah,
And I
Tate.
like
How
him.
about
Don't get
Ruben
me
Baga?
wrong. I
How
like
about
him a
Ruben
lot. But I know you could trade back to 11, 12, and Makai Lemon might be sitting there if you're
That's
worried
right.
about receiver.
That's
So
right.
so those are some other things you have to keep in mind. The kid from Arizona State, the wide receiver. He could potentially be there 14, 15, 16,
You don't want to draft a
Right.
hurt player, though, man. You don't want
Say
to
that
draft a
again?
hurt player. You don't want to draft a player that's got an injury history already.
Well, you might be picking up one that just got hurt a couple years ago. I mean, that doesn't mean
That's right.
That's 2 years
some of
ago.
the greatest players have rebound. Tom Brady got knocked out of the season, and we saw how that finished.
Yeah.
So today's technology, these guys are coming back. Patrick Mahomes might start opening day, literally, and he just got hurt
Right.
with an
Mhm.
ACL. So again, so let's
Here's my
tally.
point.
Let's tally
Okay.
tally this up, and so I can tell you who's what. So team 5,
Lady J, what's
you
up?
finished with
Willis.
18 points. Team 5 had 18 points. What is that? Is that bad or like team
We'll
5
know
had
in a minute.
18
We'll know
points.
when we hear all the scores.
Yeah, we'll know in a minute.
Okay. All right. So let's do this. I got to go back to where all my numbers are. My goodness.
Hey, Big Herb, while he's doing that calculation, you need to start taking a nap before the show, man.
I'm at work, so I'm on break. So yeah.
Like while you're tallying everything up, I just want to say we got a bad history of second round picks when we trade back. Why not just go for the sure thing?
But again, I got to cut you off there, Eric, and say this. History is what?
Different.
I know it's
in
different
the
regime.
past. It's in the past.
Different regime.
And
I know.
you can't keep like
Not
lumping that
yet,
together.
Blake. Not
Because
yet,
I'm gonna
Blake.
say
That's right.
this. Adam
Johnny
Peters got a
didn't
history
know.
of having 2 outstanding first round picks, right? But
Yeah,
that doesn't
I
mean
know.
that this year's first round pick will be outstanding. You just don't know. You like to think that that's the case. So I'm just going to give him the benefit of the doubt that I feel like everything he's touching at this moment is making a lot of sense.
Yeah.
It's
Take
just
Jeremiah
working.
Love at 7.
Yes.
Okay, look.
Man,
If we're
if
giving Mr. Peters the benefit of the doubt, right? Which I absolutely 100% am, right? I feel like we have to trust him with this right here. Like he's building a team, he's filling all the positional needs.
I'm
We
trusting
just have
him.
to trust
Yeah.
that he's gonna pick the right guy at number 7, like he did at number 2.
We need to get that guy like Kansas City. They ain't got a whole lot of talent.
I think it's going to
really.
come down
That's
to
a good
trade
answer,
day. I think it's going to come
Tony.
down to trade day. Man, if Love is sitting there, we may have done enough, but if Love is sitting there,
Yeah,
you
you
take
take
that
him.
player.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
think
That's true.
if he's
I
not
absolutely
there,
agree
I
with
think
you
we've
on
done
that.
enough on defense that I wouldn't worry
Yeah.
about that, and I think I
You
would move
on
back. But if Love
You
is
know what?
there, phew,
Darnell
you on to
Tate.
something,
Listen, we
Robert.
don't need to worry
You
about a
can never have
quarterback.
enough defense. I must
that's
say
a good
that.
point. We got Mariota. What a nice
We
pickup
don't
that
need to
was,
worry
too.
about a quarterback. So there you go.
And
Yeah.
not to mention, like Lake said before, you don't know what's gonna happen because we may what's the name? The Cardinals may pick up an offensive lineman. What's the name? The Titans may pick up a receiver. So you
Yes.
never know what might happen because it's the luck of the draw.
hmm
So true. Right.
And guys
All
like
right.
We take
Styles
that
are
I'd
7.
still
wild
say that
cards,
the
man.
Raiders could say, you know what, we'll give you our first round pick, but we'll take your quarterback, Baltimore. How about that?
Offer Duran and a pick swap to the Titans.
How about we take Lamar and
There's
we'll
no
give you?
chance. There's no chance.
I'm
Okay.
just
Confirmed.
kidding. I'm
Those
kidding.
people will come out with tiki sticks or what, fire sticks, whatever you call it in Baltimore, and burn it all down.
You know
and
what?
trade
Baltimore,
Lamar.
I don't think
Baltimore will be a
Lamar would
black
be
spot
unhappy.
on
There's
the
no
map.
state tax in Nevada.
Like what if Baltimore trades us Derrick Henry for pick 7?
Oh, I like that one.
That's
Love is
not.
better than
But
Henry.
that's not happening. That's not happening.
Yeah, Love is better than Henry.
They're
They're
not.
thinking Love there.
You're not.
Good.
They're not
Too
doing.
old.
They're not.
Love
They're
is
not.
dead.
They're not going to do Reynolds anymore. They're not.
I
Yeah.
know.
Right.
They're not.
You
They're
pick up
not.
a stud on a rookie contract, man.
No, it makes sense.
Yeah.
So
Compare with
Lake,
Jaden on a rookie
Yeah.
contract. You got to do
Yo,
that.
Dan Snyder
Lake, with
gone,
this,
brother.
Okay, can
Dan
we
Snyder
real quick,
gone, man.
real quick though? Can we let me give you your points here because some of y'all already know you lost, so you're just talking now. So let me give you your points. Let me give you your points. All right. So team 4, you had okay, here we go. You had 8, 12. You had 17 points.
Oh,
Okay.
man.
I'm just hey, you know,
17 quality points though.
17. All right. Team 3.
17 ain't 18 though.
Team 3, you had 11. You had 16 points.
Oh, get out. Get out of there.
Okay. All right.
Everybody cherry picked off us, Lake. Come on,
right.
now.
Lake, Lakers over there pencil whipping us.
Yeah, no.
Mike and Jane.
That's terrible.
I got
All right,
5
team 2.
on it.
So
Right, baby.
team 2, you had. Okay, hold on. I'm tallying it up. 10. You had 18 points.
All right.
That's a tie. That's a tie.
Team 2 had 18, and
It was a tie
team
until it
1.
was 19.
Team 1, we had
19.
18 points.
Three-way tie so far.
Come on, Lake. You know you want to give yourself the win. Go ahead.
We'll go with that, man.
So we had today was really competitive. So we had 3 teams that had 18, one that had 16, one that had 16, and one that had 17. Okay.
Nice. Solid.
So that is, I mean, it's been competitive, you know. So for the sake of getting a winner, I'm just gonna say we all winners today.
That's right.
You know, how about that?
Absolutely.
We're all winners today.
Yep.
So, Lake, I know you got things on your agenda. Real quick, though. Is there a chance, or what is the probability in your mind that someone actually trades for Aiyuk and we don't get him?
I do think that there's a possibility of that, 100%. But the reason why I don't think that's going to happen is because, and I'm not going to say he can file a grievance, but everyone knows the 49ers are not playing him ever again. And the way that whole relationship unraveled, man, there's so much more that's going to come out with this. Okay. And people like Lakes making stuff up. And there's a reason why Brandon didn't work out there.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Right. Exactly.
49, if a
Does
49er,
does Aiyuk have
supporter,
any say in this at all?
no.
I mean, if for once again they were to trade him, can he basically say, "No, I don't want to go there. I want to go to Washington"? Or
no, he would have
no?
to go wherever
No.
he's traded to. But the thing
Okay.
is that if you saw him being disgruntled in San Francisco and not playing,
Thank
he
you.
doesn't have to play where he's traded to either.
Right.
So,
They're not for trade.
and most teams know where the landing destination is. I mean, I'm not the only person that said this. You can go on other outlets and you'll hear the same thing. It's kind of apparent that that's the way this has been shaping up. But I said this to you guys on this show. I said this several months ago. San Francisco's they're not going to just let him walk. They're going to want something. And someone said, well, what would you have to give up for him? And I said, you might have to give up like a 6 or something like that. If I'm Washington, this is what I will tell you guys. They've done enough via free agency to have wiggle room to do other things. And if they do have to give up a 6 for Brandon Aiyuk, a healthy version of him, I'm giving that up in a heartbeat. I'd give it up tonight to San Francisco.
Exactly.
So the one question that I've got, and I think we all have it
Then
on our
Gerard,
mind,
you can go after that.
As I understand it, is that it must have been bad out there for him to basically walk away from $30 million because he just didn't show up.
Right.
For treatment, etc. And that's the big question mark in my mind is how could anybody in their right mind walk away from $30 million? But then again, I've heard that I'll just share what I've heard is that some people have indicated that he may have some issues. He might have just, the issue may have been big enough and he might have some immaturity of personality. I just don't know. But that's a question mark in my mind.
It's more to
It's
it
more
than
to
that.
it than that.
Is there? I mean, I
can tell you exactly what it is. I can't do it.
No,
but
okay,
let me just tell you, because the 49ers fans, they were coming at me strong last week. You're making this stuff up. You're lying. I never lie. Never lie. Just so you know, I never lie because, and I don't have any problem saying this because the man upstairs and both my parents are up there watching. So I never lie. But I will say this. It's a 49er issue that's going on. Okay.
And can I read this real quick?
Yeah.
Read this real quick from somebody out in San Francisco. I just leave it at that.
Yeah, I saw that.
The 49ers reluctantly gave Aiyuk a fat contract because Kyle Shanahan told him to do so.
Right.
Aiyuk got injured. Aiyuk rehabbed away from the team.
Right.
Then the 49ers found a loophole in the contract to allow him to get away, allow them to get out of them because he didn't rehab at the team.
Right.
The 49ers voided his guarantees. Aiyuk rejoined the team and spent training camp preseason and the first few weeks showing everyone that he's willing and ready to go. 49ers then didn't play him because they wanted out of the contract. Then realizing that he was not going to play, that's when he left.
Yeah, and I can tell you who wrote that. That was Grant Kahn.
I saw that. Yeah, I saw that.
I saw that on Twitter today.
And he's tapped in out there too. And he's taking some heat too from some people saying he's making stuff up. Nah, he's not. But there's another layer to this that I can't talk about from a league standpoint.
I can tell you what it is. Mr.
So
Lake.
is that $30 million walk away a red herring? Is that a non-issue?
Riley, what is $30 million?
It's a medical.
It's medical out there.
It's so I do know.
We're just normal folk.
Well, that's the thing. I do know, and I was told this by a scout from the Rams. all the not LA, but all the California teams, and I'm sure Rev and Shauno can speak to this too, and Brandon, the taxes out there are brutal. And
Yeah.
a lot of guys are like,
Insane.
you know, playing out there. It sounds great to play in LA. Don't get me wrong. SoFi, beautiful stadium. It's great weather. Trust me, y'all know I know.
Yeah.
Because I'm living this now.
The chalk tax?
But the taxes are absolutely insane.
Brutal. Okay.
30 million out here.
Yeah,
30 million out here ain't the same 30 million back there.
It's not.
I
Hey,
guarantee
let him talk. Let him talk.
But there's one other thing though that I do think is going to start coming up a lot with the injuries out there in San Fran. You know, where are they practicing? Where, you know, that's starting to be talked
Oh
about.
yeah, that place that's near their training facility, right? There's been talk of like some really weird
chemicals
stuff
and
about that. I remember that. I remember
Yeah.
hearing
So
that.
so I'm not trying to speculate because John Lynch himself said that they have to look into that. Correlate some of those things and just leave it at that. Okay.
Okay.
You know,
Thank you.
just leave it at that. I'm just gonna say this though. I think you know, when we talked about the moves that can be made and things of that nature, I'd be shocked if Brandon Aiyuk is not in Washington. I would 100%.
That's exciting. That's
be
exciting.
shocked,
I'm glad to
you
hear
know.
that.
Yeah, and which means if he is, and again, you bring in Deami now, and you still, you know, Traylon Burks is still a guy that's an untapped gem that a lot of people like
And
about.
young.
And
really young.
you saw Luke playing really good football before he got hurt.
Right.
Jalen Lane now is your wild card special
Untapped.
teams guy, you know, so you got that covered. And you, of course, you got the monster and Terry. And then I'm also gonna say, I'm not telling you, but Chig is a big wide receiver basically at
He
playing
is.
tight end. And I'm
it.
gonna go even further and say Debo Samuels is not out of the woods yet, as far as him
Talk
coming
to
back.
me.
Right.
So again,
I hope so. He
Be
come back.
nice.
that's why
I hope so.
that's all I was saying to you guys is that you know I love your opinions and most of you are dead on most of the time with things that I do know, but it's just like, you know, again, like I say, sitting there talking to Trent today when I know what was happening and Trent was like, you gotta put the call into Adam. Okay. I mean, I'm just saying to you guys, there are things that we know that happen behind closed doors that you should be feeling really good about because they're not done in free agency. I can assure you that too.
Oh no, that's
Also,
wonderful.
if
And that's what
Brandon
makes this so
Aiyuk doesn't
special.
play if Brandon Aiyuk doesn't play, he also has to listen to someone named Jaden Daniels,
7:59 p.m.
who is one of his best friends. So
Well, let's just put it this way. Another guy that they played with is now here, Rashad
Right.
White.
exactly.
Right. That was a great
Yeah.
pickup.
It's just gonna be
And
timing, like
Jaden is a huge draw for us. And Aiyuk has been talking about our team, not just because he wants to play here, he wants to play with Jaden. And I think that's a motivation,
It is.
even as much as money, you know,
Yeah.
because
So
winning cures everything.
You know,
it cures
he's
everything.
It does.
he may have had some questionable behavior, but I respect the fact that this meant more to him than money.
Right.
And it takes
Right.
it takes a different character to because we're so expect people to be moved by that dollar
Money.
bill that you know you get taken advantage of when you're really thinking that you're ahead of the game. But
That's a
like
good point.
Lake is saying that he's not being moved. 30 million to, you know, most of us, yeah. But there's these ones and I can say that honestly, you know, I do quite well. However, that if all this was to go away, then who would I be? And I think he's standing on principles of that nature. If he was to lose it all, or if this is costing him more emotionally and psychologically, where we're questioning his psychic, it's on point. You get what I'm saying? Because
And
it's
what
not the common decision that people would make. We're hold up, how do you walk away from 30 million?
Yeah.
He says like this.
and you know what?
Yeah, there
Well,
had to be
also know
something
you
significant.
can make it back. You know your value
Well,
because you're
that's
like,
what
you know how, you know.
that's the
That's
thing
what I
that
was
I
gonna say. That's
wanted
the
people
thing.
to say. Like, if you're
Simple.
gonna forfeit that kind of money,
He knows what he
and
can
you
do.
know you're hurt, and you know might never play, which some people were throwing out there. You're not forfeiting that kind of money at
Yeah.
all. You're gonna
No,
even
that's
if you
right.
got a limp out there, you're gonna be out there. But so for a young guy that's 26 years old to forfeit that money, he's betting on himself that I'm gonna be a
Yeah.
Right.
better
Yeah,
version
Totally.
of what I
That's a good
was.
point. He's betting on himself and
Totally.
lower
Yeah.
taxes.
Hey, Lake. Hey,
Look,
He
Lake.
know
Some
what
of
he
it
can
meaning to
do.
ask. Some of it meaning to ask.
Yes, sir.
Can you touch, group collectively about the whole Ravens and Raiders? Because do you think the NFL is going to do something about that? Because
Nope.
No,
if they
no.
don't,
The
Mm-mm.
Ravens
no,
didn't. The
but
Ravens didn't
there,
do
This
anything
ain't the
wrong.
first time they did.
there's
This
nothing
ain't
wrong with
the
Lakers.
first time that happened.
Not that
that's going to
long.
affect future free agencies.
Yeah.
Yeah, hold up,
Someone
hold up. Let me
that
say
So
something. Hey, hold.
let's not talk
Let me
over.
say
Let's go.
something real quick. Let
Huh?
me say something real quick. Like the Ravens have always been like the ultimate like team as far as like good dealings, and Ozzie Newsom's great, but they moonwalked out of our joint practice last year for no good ass reason.
practice
You
is
know,
different. You're
No,
talking
no,
and, and,
no,
about
and, and
no,
as
people
no,
like
far as
no,
Max
this
no,
Crosby.
as far as this goes, I
no,
think they
no, no.
saw they could get Hendrickson in free agency, and they backed out of giving up two draft picks. Like
So
it's pretty
No,
obvious.
I don't think
but let
Smart.
me go back to the joint practice thing. That was a mutual decision, by the way. And
right.
the reason for that was because I'm not going to say which side, but one side of the ball wasn't ready for that. Okay. And just to say you're having the joint practice, if you already see you're not ready for that, why do it? It just doesn't make any sense. And you didn't have all your ammo either for that joint practice. And one thing I can tell you, having covered the Ravens at one point, is physical. Their practices are literally regular season games. That's how it was. I'm not saying it's like that today, but that's just always been their nature. They bang in practice. That's what they do. Um, Washington wasn't ready for that yet, and I think that was a mutual decision. So it wasn't anything to back out of. There's no money involved in those things. If anything, you're going to lose money traveling to and from these places. So that covered that. As far as the whole Max Crosby thing, you have a prerogative to have guys checked. And we're talking about Baltimore. They're right near one of the world-renowned medical centers in the world. So you know their doctors are legit.
Mm-hmm.
And they saw some things that made them think, sure, he could possibly be ready by week 1, but that possibly to give up 2 first rounders and you can go out and just get another guy that can get it done too, and Trey Hendrickson, and keep your picks. Baltimore didn't do anything wrong. It's just that no one's ever done that at that kind of level. There's been other teams that have had failed guys and their physicals. It's just that no one's failed a guy of that stature.
Right.
But they had every right to do that, and I give them credit. I mean, I'm not going to get fleeced. I'm sorry, I'm not going to do that. So, Harry, what's up? Bud, what's up?
Got a question. If let's just say we go down the route of sticking with this blue chipper,
Mhm.
would you see a scenario where we could possibly trade Deron and move up in the draft?
100%. And I'm going to go out on record and say that Duran's not safe right now. I'm saying it. I'm saying
Okay.
it.
Okay.
Just because I say it doesn't mean it's factual. But you could read between the lines with some of these
Yeah.
moves that
All
have
those
been
people.
made.
Yes.
Tim
Yes.
Settle,
Yes.
do you need another
Yes.
and what are they playing now defensively? What is going to be their opening base set?
3-4.
That's right. That's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tim
Yeah.
says,
Now, now Lake,
I'll nose up on the center with a smile on my face. Yeah.
Yeah, now Lake, I want to say 2 things. To Brandon Aiyuk, this can only happen, y'all. I'm not gonna say everything that I put in the chat, but this can only happen at this particular time. The reason why he can go and do this is because of number 1 is JD5,
Mm-hmm.
and because it's Adam Peters. It's relationships.
Yeah.
Okay, he could not do this at any other team at any other time if he did not know for a fact that he got another GM that knows him and wants him, and his best friend pretty much is JD5. So that little bit of money is nothing. This guy's still young. So he has not played ball in about a year and a half or so. So all he has to do, him and JD5 are going to come in here with all the other additions that we made to our team, and they're going to bring us a Super Bowl. JD5 is about to get his due. He's going to be paid. he's going to realize, hey, you my homie. Oh man, you did this for me. Even the Rashard White, he's coming here for $2 million. That's that's nothing.
That's
Chump
nothing.
change.
JD5 is
Chump
going to take
change.
care of his. He's going to take care of his peoples.
He's going to get
You
them
understand
paid.
what I'm trying to say? They're going to bless him. You scratch my
And you
back, I scratch your back.
and
And let's bond
Got
with
to be. It's
this.
just timing.
I'm just gonna say
So
this before I have to roll out real quick. He got JD5 got Diami $10 million. There you go.
Yep,
simple as
absolutely.
Want some
simple as
playoff,
that.
want some
Take it
deep
easy.
All
balls
I'm
in the
saying,
playoffs.
right?
Exactly.
We look at this
Good
on a
job.
worldly thing, I look at it on a realist thing, and you got to take it situation by situation. This can only happen only because of the relationships that he has.
That's
And
a
the
good point.
injury, among everything else Lake is talking about, the injury just allowed this to go this way. Because he signed that contract and he started playing. But
Yeah.
once that injury happened, oh,
Yeah.
ooh, we can do this. And he's not insane. He did what he had to do to get out of the contract. If he was showed up and been normal, do you really think they're going to take his money from him? Do you really think they're just going to release him? No.
No.
So he's still young and he can play till he's 33, 34. Him and JD5 can play together for the next 6, 8 years, and the commander's going to pay him money. And trust me, JD5 got him. Now, the point that I wanted to make about the draft, what we talked about with the question, the reason why I say you stick where you at, because this offseason has been awesome. We pretty much almost uncovered everything. Nobody's going to dot the I's and cross the T's 100%. But what I'm trying to say is get the best player you got. I don't want to go draft and get a couple of draft picks, then we treat him like Johnny Newton. Then we treat him like Ben Sinnott. Then
Yeah.
we treat him like Hampton.
Thank you,
Then we treat him
Gene.
like Baptiste. Just because you're getting bodies and you're getting all these other players because say I had 5 or 6, but if they're not really contributing to your team, what good are they?
See, I think
Get
that's going
people
to be
that's going to
different.
play.
I think that's going to
This
be
is what
different
Adam
with
Peters
their
did.
coordinators.
We
No, I'm
got
saying with their
teachers now.
Right.
coordinators. Yeah.
But what I'm
They
saying, they're
Yeah.
already
Yep.
bringing in, but they're bringing
Yep.
in these guys. A lot of these guys on a 1-year deal, they're going to ball out. We're going to keep these guys. We're
Yeah.
not going to have all these holes going into next year. They're going to keep some of these guys. Like I put in the chat today, I said, Payne, everything you talking about, Lake, I'm like, I asked the question, do y'all think Payne might be gone? Do we got too many? They already planning it. They doing it with this one off season. So with the 6 draft picks that we got, stick where you at. Go ahead and get them because next year is going to be a bigger draft class.
So
And I
this
don't
this
want to lose nothing we got from next year.
so this is
That's
the
all I say.
thing. That's fine. This is the thing with the draft. So obviously Mendoza's 1. We know that. So now
Right.
you have from 2 to 7. What is that?
Mm-hmm.
That's what, 2, 3,
6.
4, 5,
spots.
6, 7. 6 spots.
Right.
4 Ohio State guys. Okay.
That's
Let's just say
Yes.
3
Yes.
guaranteed are going in those next wave from 2 to 7.
Yep.
Reese,
Right.
Yep.
I see it's gone before 7.
Yes.
Yeah.
Personally, I think Caleb Downs is gone before 7. I think
Yep.
Sonny Styles is gone before 7.
I agree.
Me too,
I
David
think
Bailey.
I think David Bailey is gone before 7. That's 4. I think
Mhm.
Ruben Bain is gone before 7. That's 5.
That's
Got Jeremiah
5.
Love.
So you know what that leaves you with? That leaves you with
Tackle.
Cleveland Browns.
offense. That leaves you with 2 offensive studs, Tate and Jeremiah Love. And Jeremiah Love is way better, in my opinion.
Yes.
So again,
He's gone.
you again, it's hard for me to say now because I'm a huge Jeremiah Love fan. I'm going to Notre Dame for
Right.
Pro Day.
Right.
I'm saying
right.
this. I think that getting Rashard White was such a big deal.
Mhm.
That's baby Austin Eckler. Okay. That's who that is.
Yep.
That's what he
Okay.
is.
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Big too.
And you still have Bill. So that's a nice
Yes.
1-2 punch as of right
Mhm.
now. Jeremiah Love is a generational guy. I will say that. He reminds me of Saquon Barkley with Jahmyr Gibbs wide receiver skills. Okay.
Wow.
So if you can get a player like that, you do that. But I think getting Rashad in here gives you some wiggle room at the running back spot right now.
I
It
agree.
really does. To the point where maybe you could see a team that's desperate for Love, which I don't think is the case now because Kansas City got Kenneth Walker. So
Yeah.
now
Right.
so that's why I say you could possibly move back a couple spots and still maybe get them. I mean, you never know, but you got
You
to
gonna risk that?
entertain that. I think they would
And you
risk
don't
that
think that the
because you're going to
coordinators
get,
have talked about this? I'm sure they have, you
of
know.
You know
course
they
they
have.
have. Of
Oh
course they have.
man, the
You know
scenario
that.
planning
And
that's
They're
going
playing
on is
Yep.
four-dimensional chess.
I
yep.
mean,
Yes,
You know?
sir.
again, so let's just say you move back. Let's just say you move back to 11. And I tell you today that Washington can move back to 11 and recoup a third round pick in this year's
Third round
draft.
pick.
And
Yeah.
they walk away with their 11th pick, Makai Lemon. You going to tell me you're not doing that?
No, we
Early third, or is it late?
But
Is it
Love,
almost
but you
fourth
telling me
round
Love
third
was
or
there?
what?
Was Love
Yeah,
there?
if Love is there, I
I'm
don't have to
taking
trade
Love.
nothing.
I'm taking Love.
Okay.
If
And
Love's
you know
there.
what? I can live with that. But I'm just
Yeah.
saying if they did trade back and walk out of the draft with a stud receiver that some think is the best receiver in the draft. He was a stud at
Mm-hmm.
USC now. Little different dude, but you know what?
Yeah.
He's a dog on the field, and that's all I care
Yeah.
about.
I can
Okay.
see that happening if
We
Love
have
is
to believe
gone.
that Mr. Peters is not going to mess up any more picks. Like, we're in a good spot. We'll never get a 7 pick again because we're going to be a playoff team next year. So
Yeah,
use
but you
that
know
to
what?
the best
But you
of your
know what?
ability.
You hope you never have an 11th pick. You hope your
That's
pick is
right.
30, 31, 32 every year. Because
Take
it was
advantage.
That's
it
right.
was 29, a couple the
Years
year before.
It's a
ago.
year ago. Yeah.
So
Year before that.
so again, seven isn't guaranteed anything. Not
Nope.
necessarily. I
Hey,
always say this: the draft starts after pick 3. I say that every year. After pick 3, it's who's done their homework. That's
Weird
pretty
stuff
much what
happens
it
every
comes
Yep.
single
down
year.
to. So at 7,
Yep.
you're not guaranteed. You would think you're going to get this year a really good player because there's some, like I said, there's 8 really good blue chippers that can turn your franchise around. They will play well. But again, I'm just watching what this man has done over the last 2 days. It's changed a lot as far as what they can do. He's basically, with what he's done during free agency,
What do you
has
want to
given
do?
Washington options, and they didn't have
Yep.
options
Oh
before.
yeah.
So
Right.
like with the
Right.
draft, if we were to trade back, because like you said, at Makai, I
2
mean,
minutes.
yeah, I know, I ain't making this long. I'm saying if we do trade back and Tyson and Lemons there,
y'all
but
next
we're able
week.
to we're able to pick up, like you said, an extra third. Hopefully, it's not a late one. That means we could pick up our potential starting center, and then at that time, you still have another option at
You can get
like
you
one
another
of the Indiana
corner.
receivers.
Mm-hmm.
Corner, you got options with the Indiana receivers available there. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
just as long as they draft a starter with the first pick, I prefer Tate as a receiver, so we can move back a few and get him. That would be perfect. But I
I
mean,
mean,
Love.
you could get. I'm just gonna say this, like, and again, I'm just throwing a name that I know and I'm familiar with that did do really well at the combine. And if you look at his body of work in college, he's an all-time leading rusher at my school. A guy like Katron Allen will be like in the 4th round. Katron
Yeah,
Allen is a physical, bruising David Montgomery type. They don't have that on this roster right now. But if I were to tell you you're going into the season this year with Rashard White, Bill, who's your home run threat, and a bruiser like a Katron Allen, and they're all young,
We'd feel
I
good.
mean, you would feel
Yep.
good, right?
Yeah,
So
you
what I'm
would.
Yeah.
saying is
Yeah, you would.
I'm a Jeremiah Love fan. I think he's the best
Yeah.
player
Only
on
if
the
I can't
planet.
get Love.
Yeah, I think Love and Sonny Styles are the only 2 guys right now that I think if
You
they
won't
were
trade
sitting
back for.
there, you got a moonwalk up to the podium
Okay.
and get them.
Okay.
Okay. But
Now we're on
outside,
the same page.
but outside of that, I think you've done enough to potentially move back
You
a little
can.
bit and still get some good players. So,
Mm-hmm.
my friends, this
So
was good, man. This was
yeah,
good.
just
Can't hear you,
one
Mike.
quick.
Can't hear you, Mike.
Want to tell you one quick thing. When I was listening to this guy on the Kevin C and show, he's a San Francisco guy, like you, Lake, a San
Mhm.
Francisco guy out there, and he did make the statement that if Aiyuk's injury is fine, and assuming that attitude is not an issue, he considers him a top 5 receiver.
100%. You're getting Terry.
And you know,
You're
when you
getting
look at it
2
that way,
ones
to
on your
everything that
team.
we've said here before, it's like, God, would that be unbelievable in our offense Aiyuk and everybody, with everybody that we got, Terry, etc. So, guys, I can't tell you how wonderful it is to see everybody, and I'm getting to know you all just a little bit more. And I look forward to these. And Lake, I enjoyed your show on Tuesday and Thursday. It was fun to sit there, and I recognized the people that were calling in.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like the family, it's like the train. We just keep on rolling.
Right.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. I want people to understand that on my radio show, it's not a blowhard, just blah blah blah. It's none of that. I want people to know that after they listen to my show, I want your brain to hurt a little bit, because I just I try to enlighten people on things that I do know, and the things that I don't know, I want to learn it on my show as well. So I appreciate everybody for calling in, and keep that train running. You can do that every Tuesday and Thursday.
Thank your wife for allowing the extended time today. We thank
Yeah, I
your
know.
wife.
She's here.
Yeah,
She's
you
being
guys are a
good.
great
She's being
couple.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate
you.
that. I
Thank
appreciate
you.
that. I'll let her know.
Appreciate you.
They told me to tell you, thank you for your extended time, and they think we're a great couple. So yeah, she said anytime. Thank you. So yeah, we gotta get
All
something to
right.
eat though.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
appreciate you
All
guys.
right.
Have a
Bye,
great
Terry.
weekend. And
Everyone
we'll
have
do
a good
this next week.
weekend.
All right,
Very
take
nice.
care
You
now.
too.
All right, later.
Yeah.
Bye-bye,
All right.
everybody.
Thanks,
Wonderful
guys.
weekend. Be safe.
All right.